Hello, hi. Today I want to introduce Jasmyn. So Jasmyn Small is a recent participant of one of our 6-week Kickstarter, and this particular program we called Spring into Summer program, which we SuperWellness did in collaboration with Real Estate Management with REM. So thank you very much, Jasmyn, for agreeing to come on today and tell us a little bit about your experience of the program.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So we've had the recent Spring into Summer 6-week program at REM, which has got many people together across departments. It's been fantastic for the team. Obviously, we haven't seen each other for a while due to various restrictions and lockdowns. So it's been a really nice experience just to meet up with people virtually, obviously, and to share this experience together, trying to focus on our health and well-being, get us back out into the outdoors. And part of it was a walking challenge, step challenge, which has been fantastic across the board. A nice bit of healthy competition, but also if you weren't the fastest walker or did the most steps, there were lots of other things along the way, including like competitions with photography, taking a picture of water, and nice little prizes along the way. So it's been really, really good.
Yeah, it was a really great kind of, I think, a great thing to run alongside the 6-week program, wasn't it? It really got everyone involved, and it was like an all-rounder health and well-being kind of package, really, in some way. So Jasmyn, from your kind of own personal point of view, what made you decide to join the program?
Well, I think for a lot of us, we've had some time where we've been indoors, we've been not so active. There's been a lot of changes in our lifestyles, a little bit more sedentary in some ways. And it was quite a nice time to kind of assess our own health and where we are with it, and then try and make some positive changes.
Okay. What was there anything particular that you were looking to kind of get out of the program?
Well, I think we kind of got into a bit of a rut food-wise, definitely ordering a lot of takeaways personally in the family. And I think just the thought of kind of having to come back into the real world, come back into the office. It's quite a nice time to kind of, and also trying to want to fit back into my work clothes as well. It's a bit of an eye-opener, so it was quite a nice way to kind of assess where we are and then try and make positive changes. So
great. So what were the positive, or what were the main changes that you made during the course of the program?
So definitely looked at the amount of takeaways and kind of fast foods we were eating in our household, and really trying to cook a lot more. Nice fresh foods was definitely benefits in that. And then just getting back out, making sure we get 10,000 steps a day. It's been a really positive impact, just generally. So and the webinar really helped us as well. So really informative, and a focus on the different nutrients that we need, vitamin D, for example. It's been really good overall.
So you did mention in your kind of end of program questionnaire about that you were also trying to increase your protein, and particularly at breakfast time. So and also kind of reducing, sugar and refined carbs. So what was the main benefit that you found from making these changes?
I think definitely if I have a protein-rich breakfast in the morning, it's helping me throughout the day. So I've often gone for my walk in the morning, done my 10,000 steps, also if sometimes depending on time, and then come in and have the protein-rich breakfast has really helped kind of keep me going for the day. And it you don't necessarily have the crash at lunchtime or just afterwards where you need that sugary snack, for example. So it's just trying to be aware of that. And I think with this program and then with the webinars, you kind of have them weekly or fortnightly, and it kind of reiterates that and kind of brings that habit home. So it's been
brilliant, just reinforcing that. And before we move on, am I right in remembering that you did win some prize with the walking challenge?
I got a small prize. I did 30,000 steps in one day.
Well done.
But overall, no, I did really well at the beginning. I was really enthusiastic, and then kind of work commitments and, well, there's no excuses really, but yeah, I kind of waned off at the end. I mean, we had people doing enormous amounts of steps. It was really nice, kind of healthy competition between people that necessarily wouldn't interact in the office. Or departmentally, they wouldn't necessarily interact together. So that was quite nice. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. You mentioned actually in your questionnaire as well that it was just like, I suppose, seeing people on webinars and the different coaching sessions that you hadn't actually seen in a year necessarily, and just being able to interact with them. Yeah.
So obviously we have meetings with people, but they're often the same people weekly, the same departments, because we're working on certain projects, and you wouldn't necessarily see somebody who works in accounts, for example. So it's quite a nice way to actually see them again after a while and catch up with them. Yeah,
great. And so we also want to unfortunately look at the things that you struggled with, so but in particular what we want to think about is, well, how did you had these struggles, everyone has struggles, but then how did you overcome them?
Yes, so my main struggle was actually when lockdown started to lift. Because I do quite a social person, I like to go out, so just trying to find a balance with not overcommitting to events and socializing, and also trying to maintain that kind of healthy balance with things like going out to parties and barbecues, etc. So I think I've probably overcommitted at the beginning, but I've tried to kind of bring that back. I
think we all did, didn't we? It was just so nice to be, and the weather kind of played ball as well at that particular time, if I remember correctly. So we did want to get out, didn't we?
So, but yeah, kind of got back onto a level play. But I think you kind of wanted to see all the people that you haven't seen in ages, and then when you've seen them, you're like, okay, back to normal now.
So how did you find the kind of the socializing, and maybe when you were at home and you could kind of control what you were eating, couldn't you, and what you were drinking, and how did you find that balance?
Well, at first it was definitely a struggle, and I was very keen to go out to every restaurant I could because I think you didn't really know how long they'd be open for, so it's kind of like, is this just temporary? Have we only got a short time to do this, get as much in as possible? And then it suddenly was just like, actually, I'd liked my kind of healthy, controlled lifestyle quite a lot. So it's kind of missing that, definitely.
So I suppose, it is natural, because once generally, if we hadn't been in a pandemic, you would have been living that lifestyle throughout the program. So I think we spoke a lot about kind of that 80-20 rule, didn't we? I don't know if that helped at all to kind of feel like, well, it's not like I have to be perfect 100% of the time.
Exactly. Just, not beating yourself up if you do go out at the weekend and you do eat a bit too much or the wrong things, and just, starting again, back on track.
Yeah. And also just in terms of the benefits, so you've obviously mentioned you weren't having the energy crashes and but how did it also affect kind of the rest of your family, in terms of all the people around you? Did they somehow see the benefits in you or feel the benefits as well?
Yeah, I think so. In my household, we've been having a lot more fruit and vegetables just generally in the house, which I think makes a difference. And if I cook, it's always a healthier option. So it's definitely had a positive effect on my husband. He's actually training for a marathon, so I don't know whether that's a byproduct of the SuperWellness, but definitely, I think he saw me out and about, getting up and walking, and he was just actually, he needed to do something for his own health too. So
so that's fantastic.
Yeah,
so it has a knock on
myself, but
wow. And obviously now it's been a couple of weeks since we ended the program. How do you feel you're getting on now? Are you kind of being able to maintain these new habits?
Yeah, I think at the beginning there were kind of quite a few habits, and maybe I haven't kept to every single one of them. But I think just to come away with like one or two really positive things, and after 6 weeks, that's an amazing achievement, I think. So definitely focusing on the much more protein in the diet, lots more fruit and vegetables, and then just trying to keep up the movement and doing the 10,000 steps a day. If I could carry on doing that, then
absolutely. And we'll Julia and I, as kind of facilitators of the program, are very pleased with that. You know, absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's been very positive feedback.
So what would you? So on that note, Jasmyn, what would you say to someone who, you know, whose company is putting on a similar program, and what would you say to encourage them to join the program?
Yeah, well, so I think the feedback from our team has been fantastic. It's been really nice touch to not do something that's just work as well. So it's kind of, they're investing in your well-being and you as a human, as well as you just as an employee. And I think that's been really, really beneficial. It's quite a nice thing for people to get together socially, but you've also got a nice focus on your health and your well-being. We're lucky at REM to have a great health and safety team with Matt Keller. And yeah, they've been really pushing for it and investing the time and the effort into this program. It's been brilliant.
And what would you say to an organization then that's thinking, oh, you know, kind of, should we embark on this kind of a program? Should we invest that, you know, time and money into it? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely something that employers should be doing for their staff, you know, especially at the moment. We've been through a lot over the last 18 months or so, but just generally to give some time to your employees, to give some time for them to look at their health is only going to be beneficial for a company. So
yeah, great. And kind of lastly, Jasmyn, so SuperWellness has just launched a Super Champs wellbeing what do we call it, wellbeing champion program, really, and you have signed up as one of our Super Champs, which we thrilled about. I mean, was this off the back of the program, or, you know, what was it that kind of motivated you to sign up to this?
Yeah, it was definitely off the back of the program. It was kind of, obviously after the 6 weeks, I'd like to carry on the continuation of promoting health and wellbeing in our company, and then also selfishly, you know, to have a focus and on my own health, I think is really important. And we've had some great like handouts, posters and information from the toolkit provided from the Super Champs program. So we've been using that in our intranet internally. It's been fantastic content for me, having to run the intranet as well. So yeah, really, really positive.
Okay, that's great. Well, we're obviously pleased to have you on that program, and thank you so much for taking the time out today to share your experience. Yeah, thanks, Jasmyn.
Thank you.